Stitchers, it's Jenny of Jenny Stitches and welcome back to my channel today. I hope you are all well. As you can see, I am recording upstairs again in the new studio, which is very nearly finished. I'm going to give you an update on that in the next video, hopefully. But yeah, today I thought I would give you a little chat through the things that I made for my summer holiday. So today is the 4th of September. The kids have just gone back to school, which is lovely. They were ready for it. But 6 weeks has just whizzed by. And I've been wanting to film this video for a couple of weeks, but I've had the children at work with me, so I've not really been able to. So yeah, this is the first chance that I've had to really sit down and come and have a chat with you. So for context, we went on holiday at the very end of July and the first week of August, and we went to Mallorca. That was our first time visiting the island. Last year we visited Ibiza and we absolutely loved it. It was perfect for us. So this gives us an opportunity to try a different island very close by, nice short travel time. It's only the second time we've actually been abroad with the children. My son is 12 now, and yeah, it's sort of eased us nicely into holidaying and traveling. Very different kind of holiday for us because previous to having children, Mr. Stitches and I would be exploring, walking, visiting all sorts of cultural things. These last two holidays have been quite the opposite of that. We've gone with the traditional all-inclusive package holiday where you actually get some rest, which has definitely been what we needed, and I have no regrets about that whatsoever. So yes, we had a lovely time, and earlier on this summer I did record a video and explained which things I wanted to make to take away with me, and I wasn't sure where I would actually get to because I know I've got a track record of making ambitious plans, but I'm very pleased to say I actually made everything off the list, which has to be a first. So yeah, I might have been a touch determined, thinking this is going to be the time that I get it all done. So in some areas it did actually mean I had to pause some of the renovation work up here because I really wanted to get my holiday sewing done, but I got there. So I've got 5 garments on the rail behind me and I will chat you through each one of them before I have to go and open up the shop in an hour. So hopefully we'll get to have a look at each one and I'll tell you how I felt about the sewing process, and I might even try a few on and share a few pictures with you. But I hope you've got a cup of tea. I've got my cup of tea, very much ready for it on this lovely September morning. And yeah, let's see out the summer. Okay, the first item that I'm going to show you is the first item that I finished, which is the True Bias Dani shorts. Now, I'm really pleased that I got the opportunity to make these this year because I did want to make them last year and I may have included them in last year's summer sewing plans. But I did actually get around to it this year, and I've got to say I loved making this pattern up. It was just the nice balance of not too complicated but enough nice details to sort of make it interesting. So on the Dani pattern there is the option of trousers or shorts, and then there is also the option of a traditional fly front or an entirely elasticated waistband. I went with the fly front and the remainder of the waistband is elasticated. So for me, I feel that gives the best of both worlds because we've got that nice structure in the front with a flat section of waistband, but the ease of the elasticated fit at the back, which meant I really didn't have to worry about getting the fit spot on the waistband. And obviously it then also gives some expansion space for when we've been eating on holiday, because I don't know about you, day 1 on holiday everything fits beautifully. Day 10 everything's a bit pinched. So yeah, so I made my shorts up in my royal blue cotton twill fabric. I have this in a variety of colours and it's been really popular this summer. It's a great all year round basic, so I'm going to continue to restock that one. I love the royal blue. I definitely think this is just one of my colours in general. Jewel tones work so well for me. So I was really drawn to this, and I did just happen to have about 1.5 meters on the end of a roll in the shop at some point. So it just kind of aligned. I thought, you know what, I'm going to do those Dani shorts with that this time. So I'm going to hold it up a little bit closer so you can see some of the details. We've got some buttons here. I've used my embroidered Italian buttons, and you can see we've got a triple channel for the waistband, and the zip fly is under there. I was very happy with how the zip fly went in. The instructions were great. There was no issues there. And then we've also got pockets in the side, which is super handy, and on the back we have little patch pockets, and we have a turn-up cuff on the bottom. So just super comfy, very happy with these. I wore them a lot while we were away, in particular for sort of getting changed to go for lunch and for breakfast. You know, you want to put something on to go to the buffet and be a bit more dressed because you can't go in swimwear, and these were really handy. I will try them on in a moment, but I will show you the next item first so that I can try them on together. Okay. Item number 2 actually happened to be the last garment that I sewed, and if you saw my Instagram stories before I went away, I was sewing the buttons on this shirt in the car on the way to the airport. I don't think there's any other way to do it, but I was so glad that I managed to squeeze this in, because I would say this has been the most worn piece of my summer makes, and I am entirely in love with it. So this is the Pattern Emporium all-in easy fit shirt. I don't know why I struggle to say that so much, but it is a lovely, slightly oversized, soft shirt pattern. The actual pattern comes with lots of variations, so you've got different sleeve variations, you've got different collar variations. It's a really cracking little pattern for the money, and I absolutely love how Pattern Emporium put together their instructions for shirt making. A lot of techniques she just tweaks ever so slightly away from standard. So she might say, you know, sew this upside down so you've got a better control over where the stitch is landing up. Just little tips like that that help you get a much neater and more accurate finish. So this is the second Pattern Emporium shirt that I've done, and I can really see myself revisiting this pattern. I have used my linen and viscose blend in white. It does have a little bit of stretch to it as well, so it's super duper comfortable. You don't need the stretch in this pattern, but it's there. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I wore this a lot, again, for going to eat, because I could just chuck it on with the shorts. It was a lovely cover up for evenings and that kind of thing, but there again, it was very hot in the evening. I didn't really need it. But yeah, it was I almost use this in the way that you would use a dressing gown at home. So very pleased with it, and I've worn it quite a few times since we came home as well. So it's definitely got much more use in it than just an item for the holiday wardrobe. And I've also noticed that it's come with a nice authentic food stain. So yeah, absolutely love that. There's the back. You can see we've got the pleat into the yoke there. Just again, I'm just always so pleased with how well thought out these patterns are from Pattern Emporium. Very impressed. And you just get so much value for money with the instructions and the different variants. You could get maybe 4 or 5 sort of big 4 patterns worth of options into one PDF, which I just think is great. So I will pop this and the shorts on, and then I can show you the two together so you can get a feel for how they look on a body. Okay, so I've just raised the camera angle up a little bit there so you can actually see what I'm doing. And I've automatically just rolled the sleeves up on this shirt, which was how I was finding that I was wearing it. Very casual and soft. So if I just move my hair out of the way, you can see this is the fit of the shirt here. So nice and roomy, but still relatively slim through the arm. I do have quite muscular arms, so they do fill it out nicely. The fabric is very soft and has a lovely sort of soft drape to it, which I think it could feel quite different in something crisp, maybe like a poplin, but this is ideal. It's very, very comfortable to wear. It does have quite a bit of body to it, so it's relatively warm. It's not a thin shirt, so that's worth bearing in mind. And from the back there, you can see the fit through the back. Like I say, very casual, very soft. I tended to wear it mostly tucked in or with like a partial tuck was how I was styling that. Just love it. I think with jeans or with trousers, this is great. I wore this with a pair of more tailored trousers to a meeting the other day and I really didn't feel underdressed. So very, very happy with that. In terms of the shorts, I'm hoping you can see those here. As you can see, they're a nice length. They're not too short. And from the back, there we go. You can see the fit through the back and the waist there. If I just show you. I'm hoping you can't see. I have a pair of shorts underneath to protect my dignity when I'm wearing my Nell dress. So I didn't think about that this morning. But yes, super comfortable, super practical. Just really, really happy with both of those makes. And also slightly disappointed that summer isn't longer, so I can't wear them longer. I literally would like to book another holiday just to get more wear out of my holiday wardrobe. Right, sat back down again and we will move on to the next item. I'm just going to have a mouthful of this tea, which I very much need this morning. Oh, I'm glad the kids are back, but it is kind of strange them not being here. They've really enjoyed being upstairs in the shop this summer, and it's kind of funny when they're not here. I feel a little bit lost without them, really. Okay, so this turned out to be an unexpected favourite, and for the speed of this make, I'm really, really pleased with how it turned out. Now, for the last few years, I've had a real urge to make some nice, wide, lightweight summer trousers. I think largely inspired by the Sewing Bee with the palazzo pants that they made, and then again with this more recent series, they made the beach pyjamas. So yeah, I've been keeping my eye out. I know a lot of people make the Tilly and the Buttons Safia trousers, which look great, but I just wanted something with a bit of a smoother waistband and a higher waist and a very dramatic wide leg, which is what we have here. So enter Simplicity 8885. And yeah, looking at this pattern cover, I was a bit like, is this too wide? I don't know. I went for it and I'm really, really glad that I did. And let me tell you, this maybe took a couple of hours to sew up. Once they were cut out, it was very, very fast. So super simple in their construction. We just obviously have very wide front and back leg pieces. And we have a flat waistband, which is interfaced, and a concealed zip in the left-hand side and a couple of trouser hooks. And that's it. I couldn't believe how quickly these came together, and I was really, really super happy with the fit. These got a lot of wear, and I've worn them for work since then, and I'm intending on squeezing a couple more wears out before autumn, because we're not there yet. So the fabric that I've used here is the Palm Fans Linen Blend, which I will tag all of these fabrics and patterns where available. And it's sewed up an absolute dream. It's very light, very breathable, very soft. There is quite a high linen content in this one, and I believe for me that makes, you can feel the additional quality rather than it having a lot of viscose in. it's got a higher linen content, and I think that will help it wear just a little bit better. But yeah, lovely deep hem on them as well. It was just a dream to put together, and I'm really, really pleased with these. So what I'm going to do is pop these on to show you, and then you can see why I like them so much. So I am wondering whether putting those shorts on this morning was a bad idea, because it's making things stick to my legs. So I'm just going to tie this shirt in a bit of a knot so you can see the actual trousers. I am sorry, I'm struggling to fit everything in here. But you can I will put a picture in as well of me wearing them away, so you can really get an idea of the the swishiness. But so happy with these. They fit nicely around the waist. They're really, really comfortable and very high. I have a full and quite round belly. I always have, even from being a child. That's just my body shape. And I really like high-waisted garments that just keep it all tucked in, instead of things that cut right across the middle of my tummy. Makes me feel much more self-conscious. So this works really, really nicely for me. But again, you can see just with the shirt goes with everything. It's just one of those classic versatile wardrobe pieces, and I'm so happy about it. Now, I mostly wore these whilst I was away with just a ready-to-wear vest style cami top, very, very lightweight, sort of like a Next kind of multi-buy, which I didn't love, but they did the trick. I'd like to make some tops like that when I get a minute. But yeah, just great. Lovely with sandals, great with flip-flops as well. And yeah, I just felt like with these, they felt like pajamas to wear, but felt glamorous as well. So when we were going out for drinks in the evening and watching entertainment, more on that later, I felt quite put together, which is nice, which is what you want. Right, let's talk dresses. So I made 2 dresses for this holiday. I already had a few in my holiday wardrobe, a couple of which I made last year. Had a couple of Tilly and the Button sky dresses, which are perfect for if you're away in a warm environment. And I also had my Mabel dress, which I'd made for my Ibiza holiday last year. So I didn't really need to make a lot of dresses this year. So this one you will recognise. I think it was partially under construction when I made the plans video, and this is a Shirred maxi dress which I made on one of our workshops here in Jenny Stitches. So we have the lovely Lucy from Cumbria that comes to teach, and she taught this workshop on making a Shirred dress. And what a fun day that was. It was great. So there is no pattern for this dress. Any amount of Googling will just find you basic instructions for how to do it. So I'm not going to put all that here. And obviously these were Lucy's instructions, so they're not something that I can forward on. But the essential premise of it is that you could sort of take your body measurements and multiply them by the certain amount, and then the shirring elastic does the work and snaps up the bodice. And look how tiny that is shirred up there. So what was great about this workshop was I had previously really struggled with shirring. I sew on a brother machine, I always have done, and the last time I tried it for the Mabel dress, I had really struggled to get that bobbin working correctly. And Lucy actually took a look. She's got a lot of experience, and she struggled too. So I felt so vindicated that it wasn't me, it was the machine. Other people were on the class that had brother machines and were not struggling. So I don't know what that says about mine. Mine's a brother A80, I think it is, an Innovis A80. But yeah, I felt a lot better about that. So I actually used one of the class. I have in-house Janome machines here. Used those, no problem at all. So make of that what you will. This is my Rainbow Diamond Geo Viscose, I think is what it was called, which is sadly now all sold out, and I won't be restocking that one now because we're going into autumn. This is obviously a very summery fabric. I think I've had 3 rolls of this and we've gone through it, so it's kind of done its time. But you could do this in any lightweight woven fabric. Everybody else on the class actually used cotton lawn, and my oh my, they shirred up beautifully. I felt quite a lot of envy for that. I felt like I needed another shirred dress by the time I was done. And after shirring the bodice, we added on a tier at the bottom and just very simple tie straps. Now, I'm not going to put this on today because I don't have the right underwear on, and yeah, it's a lot of faffing. So what I'm going to do is just insert a picture here of me wearing it while we were away, and yeah, it's safe to say I loved it, and I love the colours. You know, obviously there's a lot of purple on the go here. It's quite bold. But I learned so much during the process, and just very, very happy with that one. And I would definitely like to revisit shirring and revisit having a go at this process again, because yeah, it was just really good fun. And the principles of how it was put together are transferable to any body size, any body shape. So it's very customizable, and I did think, oh, if I'd had time, I would have loved to make Juliet a matching one. So I think that might be a job for next year. Remind me when I'm planning for next year. Ready for some more tea. Sorry, it's a good break. Okay, so the final item, and I am so pleased that I got this finished off, is the Sew Over It Sofia dress. Now, I cut this out last year, and it was going to be a last minute holiday make last year, and it just never happened. I didn't get time to sew it up in the end, which was fine. But by the time I came home, I really wasn't in the mood for doing more summer sewing when I knew it wouldn't really get anywhere. So it went into my box of doom, one of many that I have. And it sat in there with all the pieces carefully cut out until this year, until I pulled it back out. And do you know what? It really didn't take long to sew up at all. So this dress is a beautiful. We've got this bodice here, which is lined and with a little ruched, sort of gathered centre front there, with the wide straps, which really accommodate your bra, which I certainly need. And then in the back, oh, hello, party in the back, we have got this beautiful button back bodice. There is an option on the pattern for this button back or for a bow, like a very oversized tie bow, but I fancied the button back. I felt like it was going to be easier to work with. And then we've got this elasticated open back situation here. Now, what's great about this is being bigger busted, I do not have the option of not wearing a bra. I've had 3 children. I've always been on the bigger busted side. Gravity would not, well, I mean, you can do whatever you want, can't you? But I like to wear my underwear. And yeah, usually open back dresses are a big no-no for me because I can't fit my underwear underneath. But in this case, I'm pleased to say that the bra coverage is fantastic, and we still get this lovely cutaway, so we can show a little bit of lower back and it not be excessive. Then in the bottom, there are 2 tiers, which I did deeply regret once I started gathering them on, because I'm not a fan of gathers, but it was worth it. So very, very pretty. I made the size 14, and this is last year's Fabric Godmother Tiger Lily Viscose, I think this one was called. Cheetah Lily, not Tiger Lily. That's out of that song, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, so Cheetah Lily Viscose, which sadly is not in stock anymore, but it's purple. It's my colour, it had to be. And the buttons I used are the Italian buttons, the little embossed leaf ones, which are the same as I've used on the front of the shorts, just a different colour. But as always with Sew Over It patterns, beautifully drafted. The instructions are fab, very detailed, really take you through how to put it together. Some nice little construction elements. I like the way that the straps were put in. Very adjustable to your fit. It's a case of try on as you go to determine sort of strap length. I had to take a bit off the back bodice because I'm actually quite small in the back. If I was to take my bust measurement, there's more in the front than there is in the back, obviously, but So yeah, I was happy with the fit of this one. And again, I'm going to insert some pictures because I got some nice pictures in this dress. And if you've seen... if you've seen my Instagram reels, you can have a good laugh at the fact that I took those nice photographs. Everything was nice and put together, very demure, as they say these days. And then I got involved in the evening entertainment in a challenge to win a t-shirt. And I ended up doing karaoke. I did some very improvised street dancing. I then had to put 2 fancy dress outfits over the top, one as Lady Gaga and one as Freddie Mercury, and perform as both on a stage in front of hundreds of people. I am very pleased to say that I won the t-shirt, which is a good job after that level of humiliation. But the dress withstood the activities, so I don't think there could be a greater acid test for a garment than that. So yeah, very, very pleased with that one, and a bit of a funny story to go with it. So yeah, basically we were trying to encourage our daughter to be a little bit more confident. She's really into the entertainments and the dancing and things, but she naturally hangs back. So I'm pushing it. I'm like, come on, let's go and get involved. I'll come with you. And she was like, yeah, you should enter the competition. So I'm thinking, I can't say no now. That would make me a hypocrite. So up I went, and yeah, both feet in, I won. Happy days. I hope you enjoyed that little run through of the things that I made for my summer holiday. As I say, I'm very disappointed to have to put them back in the wardrobe now, or underneath the bed as it may be, vacuum packed away for the next time we go somewhere warm. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to go on lots of holidays? Maybe one day, hey. But yes, attentions now are going to turn towards autumn sewing. I haven't put together any particular plans just yet. I have a few unfinished items which are lurking around the shop in various cupboards and drawers and things, which I'd like to pull out and get finished off. So I may come back to you with a few more bits and pieces that are finished, but I do have a few project ideas that are just circulating around the brain at the minute. But at the moment, you know, we've got a few more weeks until it is until it's the, what's the word? Autumnal equinox, that's the one. We're in meteorological autumn now, aren't we, in September? So I want to enjoy these last few days and hope that maybe we might get some nice warm sunshine. The light's beautiful at this time of year. Summer in the UK has been such a washout this year. I don't generally subscribe to weather negativity. I don't like it. I don't think it's like a conversation I like to have. I don't like to be complaining about the weather all the time. It's not the best thing about being British. But that being said, I think we can acknowledge that this summer has been pretty rubbish. Particularly here in the northwest, it seems to have been very windy and very wet. So for every nice day that we've probably had 2 that are raining, which I think I've worn trousers more this summer than ever before. Usually it's shorts and skirts and dresses right the way through, but there's definitely been a good few days where I thought, you know what, I'm putting pants on today. So yeah, hoping that we can just eke out a few more nice days in the next couple of weeks. And in the meantime, I'm going to be shopping for new autumnal fabrics. So keep your eyes on the live at 5. If you're not on the mailing list, get yourself on the mailing list because you'll be hearing about new fabrics popping up on there as well. So thank you for watching. I will link everything that I can below. If you've got any questions, any comments, let me know what you liked about those. Don't let me know what you disliked about them because that's rude. And take care, happy sewing, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.